Hello yogis, and welcome to this second part in our Yoga for Weight Loss series. We're continuing to build on our first episode, as it were, so we're going to have some more pulses, a bit more work for the glutes and the quads, try and get that heart rate up a little bit, but all in a mindful manner. We don't have to end up aching till we can't walk. We need to look after our bodies whilst wanting to tone them and become fitter, ready for summer. I'm using 2 blocks. You don't have to have any blocks if you don't need to, but if you feel that you need to bring the earth up, have a bit more space, so you can keep your back in safe alignment, then please do use the blocks. Otherwise, grab your mats and let's begin.
Let's begin at the back of the mat, either kneeling or in Sukhasana cross-legged, whichever you prefer. And let's first of all come into our breath, into our bodies, left palm on top of the right, close off the eyes and notice the breath. Don't do anything with the breath, just notice it coming in through the nostrils, going out through the nostrils. Come into a wide-legged child's pose, big toes together, knees as wide as the mat, and bring your forehead either down onto 2 blocks, 1 block, or all the way to the mat, depending on how your back feels. Breathing here. If it's first thing in the morning, just be mindful that you won't have your usual amount of flexibility, so allow for that. The buttocks aim towards the heels, but they don't have to touch the heels. Navel in, on an inhale, rise up into all fours, tabletop position. Wrists under the shoulders, knees under the hips, feet parallel. That which is touching the yoga mat, press away from. Really pushing into those fingertips and knuckles, take the strain out of the wrists. Extend the right leg back, push through the heel for a calf stretch. Bring the shoulders over the wrists, navel up and in. Inhale the right leg up and the left arm. So the leg and the arm are parallel. Thinking length away. Inhale, lengthen, and if you would like to, on an exhale, you can bring your knee to your elbow. Inhale, length. Exhale, crunch. Inhale, length. Exhale, crunch. Try to touch the knee and the elbow, but they don't have to. Inhale, length. Exhale, crunch. Inhale, length. Exhale, bring the left hand down. Bend into that right knee, so the foot is now parallel to the sky. Navel up and in on an inhale, exhale, lift, inhale back to parallel. 8 of these. On the exhale you lift, on the inhale you come back to parallel. We're working the glute here. And hold, keep it lifted, and then pulse for 8. And 8 more. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, bring the knee down, but don't let it touch the mat. Suck that navel in again on an inhale. Exhale, lift the leg up to the side. Inhale, back down. 8 of these. You lift on the exhale, knee out to the side. You inhale on the downward. Like you're cocking a leg. Keep the leg up and then pulse for 8. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 more. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lovely. Bring that knee back down. Curl the toes. Sit back on your heels for a toe squat to stretch the top of those feet. Move the little toe aside if it's getting squished and give your wrists some love. Navel up and in, come back to tabletop, recheck your alignment. Extend that left leg back, pushing through that left heel for a calf stretch. Come forward, navel up and in. Inhale the left leg up and the right arm forward. Really drawing that navel up and in. Think length on an inhale, and if you would like, you can bring your elbow and knee and crunch on this side. Inhale, lengthen, exhale, crunch. Exhale, crunch, inhale, lengthen. One more, exhale, crunch, inhale, lengthen. Exhale, bring the right hand back down underneath, in line with the right shoulder. Bend into that left knee, foot is parallel to the sky. Navel up and in on an inhale, exhale, lift. Inhale, back to parallel. 8 of these. Exhale, lift, inhale, down. 5, 6, 7. Lift and hold. Pulse for 8, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 more. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring that knee back down, but don't let it touch the mat. Take a moment to really push away from the yoga mat. On your exhale, lift the knee. 2, 3. Exhale, lift. Inhale, bring the knee back down. Exhale, lift. Inhale, knee back down. 7, 8, and hold lifted. Pulse for 8, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. Bring that knee back down. Cat and cow. Just reset if you need to beforehand. Inhale, lower the belly, lift the gaze into your cow. Exhale, curling from the tailbone. Chin, the last thing to go to the chest. Cat. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. One more round with your breath. Inhale, arching the lower back, looking up. Exhale, rounding, really doming through those shoulder blades. Inhale, back to neutral. Bring the hands just slightly forward of the shoulders, curl the toes. Inhale, navel in. Exhale, lift those seat bones high to the sky. Our first down dog, knees bent generously. So we pedal it out. Give each calf a stretch as you bend into the other knee. Do it slowly. Feel the muscles stretching. Feel where you're feeling it. Find some stillness. And you might be able to extend the knees a little bit. Keeping that navel up and in. Inhale, come high on the toes and forward to plank. Imagine you're coming up and over a fence. On the exhale, hips come up and high, back to down dog. Inhale onto the toes, forward to plank, warming up the spine. Exhale, down dog. 2 more. Inhale, forward to plank. Exhale into your downward facing dog. Last one. Inhale to plank. Exhale. Ardha Mukha Svanasana, down dog. Lower onto your knees. I'm grabbing my block ready. Bring the left foot forward into a low lunge. Make sure your knee is not going beyond the ankle. Place your right hand in line with your left foot, either directly on the mat or on a block. Inhale the left arm up. Easy twist on the left side. Shiva twist. Exhale, bring the hand back down. Push through that front heel. Come back to kneeling. Come into a half plank position. So the hips are dipped slightly. Exhale, tricep dips. So exhale down, inhale, rise up. We're doing 4 tricep dips. Then exhale all the way to the belly. Point the toes. Inhale, little cobra. We're only just warming up. Exhale, bow. Inhale the navel in. Push back to all fours. Come back up to kneeling. Step the right foot through into your low lunge. Either using blocks or hands straight to the mat, depending on your flexibility. Bring the left hand in line with the right foot. Inhale, open up the right arm for our easy twist on the right side. Exhale, frame the foot, then push back through that heel to kneeling. Return to the half plank position. Tricep dips again. Exhale, lower. Inhale up. 4 more. Trying to keep the elbows as close into the side as possible. Then exhale all the way down to the belly. Point the toes. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, bow. Navel up and in. Push back to all fours on an inhale. Then curl your toes. Rise up to down dog. Pedal it out again. Enjoy the stretch. This is stretch for the spine as well. Breathing here. Lower the knees. We're going to step the left foot through into a low lunge again. This time curl the back toes, lift the back knee, runner's lunge. Right palm in line with the left foot. Again, open out into our easy twist. Arm has come up towards the sky. If you're steady, let the gaze go with it. Exhale, frame the foot, lower the knee. Push back through the heel. Return to the half plank position. And if you like, come into a full plank so the knees are lifted, spiking the heels to the back of the mat, gauging the quads, navel up and in. Come forward to the shoulders over the wrists, and if you would like, exhale all the way down. Remember, you can lower your knees. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, bow. Navel up and in. Inhale, push back to all fours. Curl the toes. Exhale, Ardha Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. 3 breaths. Lower the knees. Stepping the right foot through this time to our runner's lunge. So curl the back toes, lift that left knee. Really enjoy the stretch. Hands can either be on the mat or on 2 blocks. Left hand in line with the right foot. Inhale that right arm up. Easy twist on this side in a runner's lunge. Exhale, frame the foot. Lower the back knee, push back through that front heel to kneeling, then return to the half plank position. And if you would like, lift the knees into a full plank, keeping those hips level so they're not dipping too low and your bum's not sticking up high. Breathing here. Exhale, lower all the way down. Remember, you can have your knees down for this. Inhale, cobra. You may start to rise higher. Exhale, bow. Inhale, push back to all fours. Curl your toes. Exhale, down dog. 3 breaths. You may notice your heels start to reach a little nearer the mat. It does not matter if they don't. Lower the knees. Getting my block ready. Bring that left foot through again to a low lunge. Runner's lunge with the back knee lifted. Enjoy that stretch. Pivot on the back foot so we can rise up into our warrior 2. Making sure that that left knee is going out so you can see your big toe. Once you're in your alignment, on an inhale, straighten through that front knee, arms up. Exhale into your warrior 2. Inhale, straighten up. Exhale, warrior 2. 2 more. And exhale, warrior two into extended side angle. Then inhale into your reverse warrior. Exhale, extended side angle, left arm on the left thigh. Inhale, reverse. Two more. Moving with the breath. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, extended side angle. Inhale, reverse warrior. Return back to warrior two. Cartwheel down, back into a runner's lunge. Lower that back knee. Push through that heel. Coming down into a plank. So everyone lift their knees, and we're coming into a half plank. Place your left hand into the midline, then rotate onto the outer edge of the left foot, inner edge of the right foot, lifting that right arm up, keeping the hips high. Return to plank. Either lower the knees or remain in plank. Exhale all the way to the belly. Inhale, cobra, shoulders down the back. Exhale, bow. Navel up and in. Push back to all fours. Exhale, down dog. Pushing through all the fingertips and the knuckles on the hands. Really extending through that spine. Lower the knees. Let's repeat that sequence on the other side. Bring the right foot forward into your low lunge. Lift the back knee, runner's lunge. Pivot the left toes so that now the foot is in line with the short edge. Cartwheel up. Warrior two. Take a moment to check your alignment. Glutes engaged, shoulders down the back. Then when you're ready, on an inhale, we're going to straighten that leg, that right knee, as our hands come together up into an upright position. Inhale, exhale, warrior two. Three more. Inhale, straighten, exhale, warrior two. One more. Working that quad. Exhale into your extended side angle. And inhale into your reverse warrior. Exhale, extended side angle. Inhale, reverse warrior. The right knee does not change its position. Inhale, extended side angle. Exhale, reverse warrior. And one more. Keeping that right knee, stopping it from falling in, keeping it going out. Reverse warrior. Return to warrior two. Cartwheel the hands down. Return to the runner's lunge. Lower the back knee. Push through that front heel to kneeling. We're coming into plank and then to side plank. So first we'll into plank, then place the right hand into the middle of the mat. Rotate onto the outer edge of the right foot, inner edge of the left. Lift that left arm up and push those hips up. 3 breaths. Look down to the mat on your exhale. Come back to plank. Either half plank or full plank. On an exhale, lower all the way to the mat. Keeping those elbows as close to the side as possible. Inhale, cobra. Might rise even higher now. Exhale, bow. Navel up and in. Push back to all fours. Curl the toes. Exhale, down dog. Oh, you should start to feel your hamstrings beginning to give a bit now. Lower the knees. Coming into pigeon, so bring the left knee behind the left wrist. The shin does not need to be parallel to the short edge, but make sure that you're flexing the toes of that left foot. Extend the right leg back, and if your left glute is very high, pop a block under it so that you don't twist. Keep up on the hands, breathing here, pigeon. Great to release the left glute, left hip. You've worked them hard. Breathing deep. Then place the left hand in line with the left foot. Point back to your right foot and see if you can grab it in and pull it towards your right buttock for a beautiful quad stretch. Now you may not reach your foot and it may just be at the moment looking at your foot is enough, and that's absolutely fine. But if you can grab it, pull it as far as it will come. You'll know how far. Your quad stretch will tell you. Breathing deep. On an exhale, carefully release. Curl the toes. Lift that back knee and slide that left leg back to tabletop. Give that left hip a bit of a rotate one way and then the other. It's had a good stretch. Come into plank or half plank. Exhale all the way down. Inhale, cobra, toes pointed. Exhale, bow. Navel up and in. Push back on an inhale, all fours, curl the toes. Exhale, down dog. 3 breaths. Enjoy this moment. Lower the knees. Return to tabletop position. Pigeon on the other side, so bring the right knee behind the right wrist. Then extend that left leg long behind. Make sure the toes of the right foot are flexed, and if your glute is very high, you can pop a block under it. Mine's not quite high enough for the block. Whatever you do, don't twist to put that right buttock onto the ground. Stay upright here. Breathing deep. Place the right hand in line with the right foot. Look to that back leg, that back toe, bend it in, catch it in if you can and pull it towards your glute. Mermaid. Lovely. Quad stretch on the left side this time. These muscles have worked hard. Exhale, carefully release. Bring the hands back in line with the shoulders, curl the back toes, lift that back knee and then slide that leg back and meet in tabletop. So return to plank or half plank. It's absolutely fine wherever you are today. Be happy. Exhale, lower all the way down to the belly. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, bow. Push back to all fours on an inhale. Come back to kneeling. Let's bring the left foot forward through to a lunge. We're coming into a half split, so using the blocks if you want some space. Straighten that left leg as much as you can. The heel is on the mat, toes are pointing up to the sky, and you're leaning over that left thigh but with a flat back, so the lean is from the hips, not the waist. The blocks just give you some space so you don't have to round the spine. Imagine pulling that left hip back to square the hips. That will intensify the stretch. Exhale, roll forward, push through that left heel, come back to kneeling and switch to the other side. Right leg comes forward into a lunge position. Then exhale, bring the hips back, straightening that right leg as much as possible. Doesn't need to be completely straight. Toes up to the sky. And imagine pulling that right hip back. Exhale, come forward, then push through that heel. Coming down. Ready for boat pose. And if you've got blocks, put one either side of your hips. So first position here, holding on behind the thighs, feet are parallel, opening the chest. Now if you can let go and you feel that you don't slump into the back, then by all means bring the shins up parallel, holding on behind the thighs, keeping that chest lifted and that lovely flat back so we're not collapsing. Squeezing those legs together because that works the obliques. Then exhale, cross the legs, hands either to the mat or to the floor, and on an inhale, lift your buttocks off of the ground. Exhale, come back down. I discovered that I was on a slope and it was really hard trying to actually do boat pose going uphill. So I just swiveled round the other way here. So holding on behind the thighs, navel really drawing in, and if you feel that you're able to let go and not collapse into the back, bring the shins up parallel, really squeezing those legs together. Keeping that chest open and lifted, that's the most important bit, so we know we're keeping our spine safe. One more breath. And then on your exhale, cross the legs. On the inhale, lift up those buttocks off the mat if you can. Exhale, come back down. One more boat pose. So prepare, and if you're bringing the shins up, one at a time, squeezing those legs together. Keep smiling, keep breathing. Exhale, cross the legs, other leg in front. Inhale, rise up, lift those buttocks off the floor. Exhale, come back down to cross-legged. Coming down onto our backs, ready for a bridge. Feet parallel, hip width apart. Imprint that spine, navel into the spine. Exhale, lift the lower back, mid back, upper back. If you would like, you can snuggle the shoulder blades underneath, clasping the hands. Arms are straight, pushing against the yoga mat to lift your hips higher. Keeping the knees aiming towards each other. 5 breaths here. On your next exhale, palms flat, come down 1 vertebrae at a time. Once your spine is flat to the mat, let the knees go to the right and then to the left. Before we come into our second bridge, and this time I'm placing a block between my knees just to make my inner thighs work harder. So prepare, navel into the spine, exhale, lift the tailbone, lower back, mid back, snuggle those shoulder blades underneath, and whilst we're really squeezing the glutes, we're now also squeezing the block, activating those inner thighs, and think chest to chin and chin to sky. Keep breathing. On your next exhale, palms flat, come down 1 vertebrae at a time. Remove the block from between the knees, and then legs one way, and then the other. So reset that spine. Hug one knee into the chest, followed by the other. Bring the big toes together, knees apart, pulling those knees down towards your armpits. Half happy baby. The entire spine, including the tailbone, is flat to the mat. Really good stretch for the inner groin. Bring the knees back together, place one foot then the other back down onto the mat. Lift the hips slightly to the right of the mat, coming into a laying spinal twist, and then let the knees go down to the left, either onto a block or all the way to the mat. The most important bit is that your right shoulder is still firmly on the mat. If it's lifting up, you need to bring your knees a bit higher. Arms out to the side, either straight or with a 90-degree bend. Breathing here. Deep belly breaths. Exhale the navel into the spine. Inhale the right knee up, followed by the left. Carefully lift the hips over to the left of the mat and let your knees go down to the right, either onto a block or all the way to the floor. Exhale the navel in. And then on your next inhale, bring the left knee up, followed by the right. Recenter your hips on the mat. Extend the legs long and as wide as the mat. I had to wiggle over, there wasn't enough room. Arms to the side, palms up. Let the breathing return to normal. Let the body integrate all the work that it has done. Start to bring some movement back into your fingers and toes. Rotate your wrists and ankles. Stretch up overhead. Deep, deep breath. Exhale. Bend the knees so the feet are flat to the mat. Roll onto one side and come up into any seated position, cross-legged, kneeling, whichever you like. Inhale the arms up together overhead, bringing down all that wonderful energy to your heart centre. Bow your head to your hands, thanking yourself for taking this time to look after your body. Namaste. I hope you have enjoyed this. Please give it a thumbs up, leave me a comment, let me know how you found it. And if you haven't already done so, please do click the subscribe button below. Doesn't cost you anything. Thank you so much for watching.